Hey, drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Hey, drop the knife! Hey, drop the knife!
Today, the Idaho Attorney General's office says no charges will be filed against the Pocatello police officers involved in the deadly shooting of Victor Perez this past spring. Thanks for joining us on Local News 8. I'm Max Gershon. Tonight we have team coverage on the story. Doug Long and Linda Larson are live at the shooting location with reaction from Perez's attorney and the city. Sam Ross spoke with the community members to hear their reaction, but first let's start with Ariel Jensen with more on how we got to this point. And Ariel, you've spent the afternoon looking into the report. Tell us what you found out.
Well, Max, the shooting happened back in April. As a call of a domestic dispute, officers opened fire within seconds arriving, hitting Perez 12 times. He died a week later in the hospital. The Attorney General's office will not file charges against the 4 officers involved in the shooting. In the report, it states, the state would be unable to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the 4 officers who discharged their weapons were not justified in using deadly force. This video of the shooting made national headlines and led to protests and calls for the officers involved to be arrested and charged. These findings are detailed in a 12-page letter sent to Bannock County prosecuting attorney Ian Johnson. In the letter, it says the decision was made by facts only known by the officers at the time of the shooting. It says none of the 4 shooting officers were aware of Perez's age or his disabilities at the time of the shooting. It also said the officers' knowledge was limited to what the 911 caller reported. Officers were acting on the information that an intoxicated male was trying to stab other people. Believing people were in danger of being stabbed, the officers chose to run toward the fence to make immediate action to protect others from harm. The letter signed by Deputy Attorney General Jeff Nye describes the moment leading to the shooting in detail as captured by body camera footage and social media. Also in the letter, we learn Victor Perez was shot 12 times by 4 Pocatello police officers, seconds after they arrived on the scene of his family's barbecue. Nye acknowledges the tragedy of Victor Perez's death and the public's outrage sparked by the video of the shooting. However, Nye emphasizes that the Attorney General's office is legally bound to consider only facts known or reasonably believed by the officers at the time of the shooting. According to the letter, the Attorney General's office hired a use of force expert to review the case. The full Attorney General's report can be found right now on localnews8.com. Reporting in the studio, Ariel Jensen, Local News 8.
All right, thank you, Ariel. Our team coverage now continues with Linda Larson and Doug Long. And Linda, let's start with you. What have you heard from the family's attorney?
Well, we have actually talked to the family's attorney, and I even got a text from one of the family members as well. Of course, they are devastated, and they say that this is not unexpected. They had kind of planned that this might be what happened. Now, we are actually at the scene where the shooting took place, where you can see that there is a memorial that says, "Justice for Victor," and that is the sentiment that they have continuing going forward. In today's statement that was made by the Attorney General, it makes that seem a little bit more like it's going to take a while before they have that justice that they're looking for. Now, the attorneys for the Perez family told us that they, again, were not surprised with the Attorney General's reports, and the long process of litigation now begins. We spoke to James Cook, one of the attorneys for the Perez family, and he tells us that they have addressed and have advised the family not to talk to the media, and that is, of course, because of the continuing litigation that they have. And what happens now is that there was only a tort claim that was filed before, and now a lawsuit based on the new information that they've received from the Attorney General's report will now take place.
But signifies that we just have a long road of litigation ahead. And that's really what it comes down to. This case is going to go on for years. Litigation goes on for a long time, especially in federal court. And both sides have a chance, just like we as plaintiffs get to make the allegations. The defendants have an opportunity to stick up for themselves as well.
And so we, of course, will be following this entire process as it happens. And Doug, you had the option today to review the statements that were made by the mayor's office. And what do you have on that?
Well, the city officials are pretty tight-lipped, as one might expect in this situation with this report coming down. We did try to reach out to Mayor Blatt as well as to the Pocatello Information Officer, Marlise Irby. We did finally get a reply from Miss Irby via text, and basically her text was very short. It simply said, "Good afternoon. The city does not comment on pending litigation." Again, we assumed that that would probably be the case. But a press release was released earlier today. The mayor came out with a statement. It was short. It was heartfelt, and it read, quote, "My heart goes out to the Perez family over the loss of Victor. This incident has been difficult for our entire community. In Pocatello, we stand together in challenging times. I am confident we will continue to support one another as we move forward." Now, to the mayor's credit, he did reach out to us. He called us back and reiterated that he simply could not speak right now because of the pending litigation, that he has things he would like to share, and that there will be a time when he will be able to do that, but right now is not that time. Let's see. He said that he just reiterated again what he said in the press release, and then we asked the mayor, we said, okay, can you tell us or can you confirm whether the 4 officers that were involved in the shooting that day are back on the job? And he said yes, they are back at work. They have returned to their duties, and that is due to the AG's report that said they were justified in their actions taken on April 5th. So that's where we stand right now.
Yeah, and you know, in what is a really sad turn of events, the way that it kind of played out today is Victor Perez's birthday. He would have been 18 years old.
Yeah, really a sad irony when you think about it. The fact that that report, and I can't imagine that was timed in any way. I imagine they had no idea, but how ironic that it would actually come out on his 18th birthday.
Yeah, and if you can pan over to this, take a look at this memorial, you can see we've been here for a while this afternoon, and one of the men came up and brought these balloons and flowers and said, "Today we need to celebrate Victor." And that is what their hope is. But he says this is not over. We're going to keep fighting.
Yeah, he plans to. He said there will be peaceful protests. We assume that would happen anyway, that the community is going to come together and make their voices heard. And right now, and until this litigation is concluded, which is going to take literally months, we're not going to hear much from city officials or the police department simply for that reason. But now let's continue our team coverage.
Yes.
We've got Sam Ross. He's standing by.
Yeah, he's standing by at City Hall, where he has also been gauging what's going on with the community. Sam.
Doug and Linda, I've spoken with dozens of Pocatello residents today about their reaction to the results of the Attorney General's investigation. Most people didn't want to appear on camera, but the majority voiced frustration with today's information. The City of Pocatello's Facebook post about the Attorney General's decision has also garnered hundreds of comments and reactions. Some have stood up for the investigation results in the police, but the majority have criticized the police's actions and the results of the investigation. A sentiment shared by the people I spoke with in person today.
I feel if that was a citizen walking and they pulled the gun out and shot him out of fear, they would have been slapped and sent to prison. I know a lot of my friends said they couldn't speak publicly because they would say a lot of stuff that was harsh, but they think murder is murder, whether you have a badge or not.
People I spoke with today have also called for better police training and government accountability. And everybody expressed their concerns for the Perez family in the wake of this news. Live in Pocatello, Sam Ross, Local News 8. Max?
Alrighty, thank you, Sam. The news from the Attorney General's office has created strong reactions online. Local News 8 viewer Mike Erickson wrote, quote, "This kid looks like he's 17 or 18. When a tall person running and yelling with a knife comes at you and you have no idea who they are, you shoot. It's logical. Nothing wrong happened here," end quote. More often today, the comments sided with the Perez family. For example, several viewers questioned the Eastern Idaho Critical Incident Task Force's investigation. Georgia Hernandez said in part, a 17-year-old with disabilities is dead. How is anyone defending this? This is reckless, disgusting, and unacceptable. And you can voice your opinion by going to the Local News 8 Facebook page, and you can find all of our reporting on the Victor Perez case on localnews8.com.